Alright, so the next thing is we'll try to look at how to add transitions and effects into our video footage or into the timeline to continue with our editing. So to add transitions, all you need to do is to come over here and click on this small icon called transition browser. You can just click on it and you can see a bunch of transitions. For example, this is cross dissolve. As you hover over any kind of transition effect, you're going to see the effect. Okay, so just hover over it and you'll be able to see the effect it's going to have on your video. So this is 360. You can check around and see a lot of them. Okay, so you can just see the effect. Just hover over any of them and you will be amazed. And this is blur effect. You can blur effect just like so, and you have different kind of dissolves from divide to cross dissolve to lights. You can have lights, lens flare, something like that. So there are lots of different kind of transitions that you can easily import and apply them into your video. So let's have a look at how we can apply different kind of transitions. For example, let's go back to all, and I want to insert this cross dissolve. So across this our text. So let's try to put it across this text. For example, we can just drag it and drop it somewhere. Okay, so we just drop it, and by default it applies the transition at the beginning and at the end of the clip. So let's try to look at the transition at the text. So at the intro, you can just see how it fades in gradually from the clip to the text, and then at the end of it all, it fades out gradually. It fades out, and you can do all sort of things with the text, with the effects. For example, you can select it and then you can increase the transition, okay, the duration of the transition. And now you can see if you preview, it's going to fade in much longer. For example, you can see it takes him longer time to fade in and then stays on the clip, and then it fades out. So the longer or the shorter the transition has effect also on the way it's going to look on your main video. So usually you have to quantify and know exactly how you want it. If you want it to be long or short, you can still make it, and you can have other properties as well. As soon as you select a given transition effect, you can have the transition effect properties over here, like the ease in and out. Do you want to make it? Do you want to increase it or decrease it? You can do that all from here. Okay, how does it ease in and out? You can select, and then you can vary along the look of the video. You can change, and you can change the fade in and out. This is currently at S-curve. You can click to see other linear or 3dB features that you can add to your transition. So this is the first one, adding transitions to a text. We can equally add transitions to a video. For example, the transition between this our normal clip into this b-roll, we can add another transition. For example, we can just check around. Let's go to wipes. I kind of like wipes sometimes. See this effect? We can just drag and drop it on the video, and you can see it puts it at the bot end as well. So take a look at the transition. You can see from the main video into the b-roll, and then you can do the same as you move again out of the video. Okay, so you can see from the main b-roll into the main video, it just flips out or wipes out. So that's how to kind of add it. And you can extend the length as well by just selecting on the transition effect. You can see the properties as well. Direction, you want it to be right slant or you want it to be left slant. You can change all that from here, and then you can extend the period. Okay, the period of you can extend the transition period. So for example, instead of it to wipe faster, it now wipes slowly. You can see it wipes in slowly, taking much longer time. So it all depends on you. If you want it to be shorter, if you want it to be longer, you can just make it fantastically. So the same way. And if you don't want to have at the end of it all, you just want it to cut into the main channel, you can select and delete this particular transition. Very easy. So you can see it comes in and then it goes out from the b-roll into the main video. So another place that I used to add is, for example, you can add also on this image the same way you add. You can just select just this circle, drag and drop. Okay, and you can see you can select it and you can reduce the length of it, so it just becomes very small. So you can see you can play it on your own. So you can see the transition into the video and outside of the video. Very nicely done. So another place that I used to add transitions in my video editing is between clips. So for example, when you have two clips that you have separated, for example this one and this one, I have these two clips that it moves from here to here. Or let me select another one, for example this one. Let me enable the blade mode and cut at this point because this is the same video, so within the same clip. So let's say I'm cutting at this point and I want to add a transition here between this clip that I have just cut. So all I need to do is to drag the transition. I usually don't add transitions between these kind of clips. All I need is just to zoom in on one of them. Okay, so for example, I select this one. Let me go back to my selection tool. I select this clip and just come to transform over here. You click on show over here and then you can come to scale all. Okay, so scale all, you can just scale it to maybe 103 or 110. 110 is good. You can do it manually or you can just do it on your own, and just make sure it's a bit about 108 or 110. You can just add 110. All right, and hit enter, and then when you transit you will now see the effect. Okay, so this one becomes a little bit glaring than the other one. Okay, so you can see it. So the movement is kind of physical, you can easily see it, and you can apply transitions at any given point based on your choice. Okay, so depending on what kind of transition you want, you can easily apply depending on what kind of content you are creating. So basically this is how to use transitions and add transitions into your clips or video editing in Final Cut Pro. That does it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.